On the side. Yeah.
Alright, so this is good. Yeah. So it's a tough gig being the almost last biologist in talk because there's been some amazing talks in the biology sphere by Abraham and May yesterday. And today we've had 4 fabulous talks. I pretty much ticked off nearly every slide. So I realised this was going to happen. So last night I rapidly kind of reinvented my talk. I'm still going to do what it says on the package, but I'm only going to do that briefly. I'm going to try and provide kind of a broader narrative of where ecology sits. I'm hoping that's going to work. I'm flying by the seat of my pants a little bit. Let's just see. So I'd like to start by taking you all back 3.5 billion years. Now, to the astronomers in the room, that's nothing. To biologists, this blows on them. It's also the colour. So we know that daytime lighting is quite blue. It's quite bright and it's quite blue. And as that gives way to night, we start seeing a much redder shift. So blue too, but certainly a proportion of that is red. Now life on Earth for 3.6 billion years has used these 2 things. It's not just the intensity of light, but it's the shifts in the colour of light too. And life on Earth didn't evolve on terra firma, as most of you I'm sure will know. It evolved in the ocean. So what hits the surface of the ocean doesn't really matter. It's what happens when the light moves through. And if we look at light moving through the ocean, what we can see is that red light doesn't move very far down. And if anyone's ever died, I learned to dive. It's terrifying, the scary thing I've ever done. But I cut my finger when I did it at the fast dive. I went down to 30 meters, cut my finger all the way down, and what happens? Green algae came out of my head. The benefit of that was if it moves down, when the light is very blue, it avoids harmful UV radiation, therefore reducing DNA damage. Plankton do that today, and it's no accident that our circadian spectrum is centered around blue light. 3.6 billion years. Now, the thing that carries that light itself is not operating. It needs to transport people, and we've heard already that melatonin is one of the vehicles that's involved in this. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Melatonin is an ancient signal. It's not just found in humans, it's not just found in plants, although it's obvious here, and I was talking about that yesterday. We see it in unicellular bacteria. It's in fungi, it's in algae, it's in vertebrates. Like ourselves, it's in invertebrates. So I'm going to show you the human cycle just because it's easier. It peaks at night and it troughs during the day. This is a melatonin cycle. Now it does that because it's sensitive to blue light. It's sensitive to that 3.6 billion years of evolution. And this cycling is the thing that we most know, we know most well for melatonin. It's a timekeeper. It's a biological timekeeper. And it likes keeping time when we don't. So those of you that travel overseas, physically you're here. Physiologically, melatonin is possibly over the Atlantic right now. It's cycling and it's catching up, it's synchronizing. Some of you might use melatonin to speed up that process. Whether that works is probably a subject to debate. I'm not going to talk about it today, but it does provide that segue into the second main function of melatonin, and that's antioxidant. Again, we've heard of that. It's a powerful antioxidant, rather like some of the other antioxidants that we have. It works in its own right, but it is also part of other antioxidant pathways, so it has a massive Just as an aside, you shouldn't really call melatonin a hormone, because melatonin is found in these unicellular organisms and it's linked to the signal of life. It doesn't transmit signals, chemical transmit signals between cells, which is kind of the definition of a hormone. It's actually, if it was found in the plant first, it would probably be Right, so for 3.6 billion years, life on Earth, melatonin has acted as a biological timekeeper and a pattern instinct. And then we know what happens here. We've seen this before. Light at night has transformed our environment. It is masking. Melbourne, this is my son's footy oval, and this is the woman rising in the background. So we use light as humans, and we've heard that over the last day and a half. We use it to change our behaviour. We like light because we like invading the hundreds of thousands. What if it's whole communities of insects that we're disrupting and attracting to these environments? And what if it's not just attraction, but it's trapping? Because we know that birds and bats and insects become trapped, they become disoriented, and hundreds, if not thousands, if not billions, die every single year. They fly around. And things like beach mice, they don't like being in these environments. The light is creating a barrier, swathes of light through what should be darkness, rather like corridors being cut through forests. Light has the same impact. But light could benefit. There are this is a video we took about that light has physiological implications. That light controlling the melatonin cycle, the natural light has the same impact as artificial light at night. So when you put this in the environment, you dampen, you dampen melatonin, productivity declines. And there's a suite of problems that occur because of this physiological implications. We've already heard that melatonin concentrations decline with light at night. It's been seen in the town wallabies, you've heard today, but we also see it in birds, and we see it in some fish species. This study here went down to 1 lux. They still saw the same impact. We can make crickets on We also know that if we put crickets under these lights, it also affects the synchronicity of their death. The ones that have the normal life cycle take about 60 days to come through to the adult stage. We increase that by about 15% when we put them on the internet. And again, these effects are coming in at 1 month, really low light intensity. So, benefits from the foraging capability, but are they physiologically compromised? So we did something very simple. We asked, does the presence of light at night affect working survival and foraging success? We teased these two things apart. We got some. Adults, well, these spiders became adult, so it goes from 160 to 400, and this is their body size. Now, the we're changing the synchronicity, we're changing the physiological makeup of their development. So they actually have few knots. Okay. Thank you. What we then did was a bit of an He's not let me forget this yet. Anyway, so that was the reason is we then looked at foraging. So what we did was took spiders, let them make their web. We took the spider off, we let them make two webs, and they build a new web each night. So this is a normal process. Then we literally carried the webs into the botanic gardens in Melbourne, we put them out, some of the webs we put under lights, and so we did. I need to see what happened. Our prediction would be you get more insects coming to the ones that are lights at night. We also looked at whether the rearing environment of that animal had an impact too, because it's possible that they can change their web depending on whether they were reared under the light or the dark. That didn't affect it. But whether the web was placed under 20 lux, so this is roughly the lux we will find in these species in the natural environment, compared to darkness. So those who placed under 20 lux caught way more prey. These caught far fewer prey. What was interesting is the ones placed under 20 lux also caught some moths. And this spider is a moth specialist. So it's actually going to locations that are attracting the thing that it's specialized to attract. So, we have a prognostic feature. We have light. Life on Earth evolved with light as an inherent part of biological process. It's also, well, the change in light at least, is unprecedented in the history of Earth. Plastics. So they have in their DNA a memory of those. But we have experienced that. But we've never had experience of masking these critical changes in the light environment. And yet we love light. Some people think it's beautiful, health and safety, risk has been put forward a lot. Some species are going to do okay. We have what we call urban exploiters, and they're going to be fine. Thank you very much. My spiders may be fine, but if they're foraging more than the moths they're foraging on, shall be fine. What ecologists are worried about now, and certainly where our field is moving, is beyond what we see today and what we've seen over the last few years. And we're actually moving to the future. Because what we're worried about is the capacity of light at night to actually generate genetic change. So we may end up with urban environments where those species are genetically very different to the same species in rural environments. So this is a review which does come out, but it's discussed, it's actually taking life as an agent of evolutionary change. The worry is that if the blue light is so important as we think it probably is, with that, I'll leave it right now to the main I have some collaborators both here and overseas and a range of different funders. Thank you for your attention. Very much.
The light was smaller, they produced less eggs, but they did it more quickly. So if you considered, say, a year of spider life, was the output still lower?
That wasn't, yeah, their output was still low. We did total lifespan, so that's where 140,000 eggs. So yeah, they'll only go through a single generation, so that was a long time. That was actually they overwinter usually, so they're a seasonal breeder actually in the normal environment. We push them out of winter by heating them up and putting this light cycle in exactly the same way as we do it in one. It's unlikely that we'll get a second generation. So for species like this, where they will start. It's unlikely that the spider itself is going to be impacted too badly, but because of that foraging benefit, because of the foraging benefit, but then it has knock-on effects to the ecosystem. Like we talked about the trophic effects, so that's what potentially.
It's on Florida, it's managed where the botanic gardens over there plans to flood the place with light. It just seems incompatible with what we've done here.
Yes. Yes, it's a tricky beast talking to people about lights. I think certainly I talked recently and someone the Sydney Botanic Gardens is now reminding what they're going to be doing. They do know about it, we do this in the Botanic Gardens, so they do know about the research. Unfortunately, I don't know.
Theresa, insects are like, I mean, talk about yesterday about the numbers of LED lights expanding. Are insects like the canary in the common? Like
certain groups will be. So we talked about that. So we've done some really big broad scale things where we put traps out in light and dark environments and compared communities. So we see insects in communities, and they're going to be. This is one of the things when we start talking about the colour of light. Like birds and mammals are super simple, but you hit into the invertebrate world and everything changes because some of them love red, some of them love blue. Chironomids really are attracted to blue. So midges basically really love blue light. That's what we find in our stuff. So there might be some that you can use, and if I can find one that's an important species anyway, then I can use it as an indicator. But it's really tricky.
Yes, thank you very much for your lecture. It is fascinating. And what is actually happening, we are not realizing, is ecologists dealing with light pollution. They are not counted as the ones that are dealing with global climate change. And you can see how much money goes for global climate change and how much money as budgets go nationally, go for studying the response to light pollution. And this must change. And if we don't understand, or the decision makers, we won't be able to convince them that the greatest change, and you're showing it, the greatest change that took place on this planet is life. And we are playing here the role, sorry of saying, of God, because we are changing something so basic. And he showed it. It's the dark light cycle. Our planet knew warmer periods and you couldn't deal their period. But they never knew period of life. And it's not only the genetics that we need to worry, it's much more the epigenetics. And we can show today that the immune system of hamsters, of Siberian hamsters, affected the progenies by the way the parents were behaving. And now think of the next generation of humans, where the parents were exposed to light at night. What's going to happen? The source of melatonin for the embryo is the mother. And if the mother is not producing melatonin, and in the stages where the central nervous system is developing, and the embryo hasn't got enough melatonin to remove the oxidants that are produced, and decision makers, they don't care about it because, again, as I said yesterday, it's very economically influenced. And it's a whole industry that is doing a fortune on the account of our future.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't like the word environmental, like, it's environmental friendly. To my mind, it's a rubbish word, and it's what the government hangs on to. And if I was going to change anything, that's where I'd start. And I use ecological, not environmental. And it's environmentally friendly is just such a word. It means a reduction in carbon footprint. That's it. Well, thank you. That was, I didn't talk about that. Actually, we have immune data in crickets, and you get the same results as you get in studies.
That's Simon Ward.
Sorry. I should have penguin at the end.